Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today I'll be doing another locomotive kit. This one being another brass kit because I figured I haven't actually done any of these for a little while and I do actually need to get around to doing some because I've been putting them off a little bit. But anyway, onto the type of kit I'm using. I am doing a Worsley Works South Eastern and Chatham Railway O-Class locomotive and tender. There's actually a scratch aid as it says on the packaging, and that means you don't get all the bits. The main two bits that you get is the locomotive here on the sheet and also the tender on the sheet. The bits which you don't get are little details and things like that, and also the boiler. The boiler I aim to probably either make it a plastic card or something like that, or I'll probably just use my 3D printer because I've got one. But yes, the main thing which I'll be doing is learning how to do soldering again, because I haven't done that in a little while. From what I've worked out, the reason why I've been doing it wrongly is I've had my soldering iron a bit too hot. Apparently 450 degrees Celsius is way too hot to do soldering for brass, and that's why I end up burning my fingers. So yes, let's just point out some of the details on this. This is the locomotive section, so the easy part to do is this is a chassis, where chassis there. These are coupling rods which I may or may not use depending on how I feel like. This is the buffer beam, and I think this is the rear part between the tender and the locomotive. Obviously this is where the boiler door goes. I think that goes just behind us, so it makes a smoke box shape. This would be the end of the boiler. Here's the top part of the chassis. I think it's the running plate. Here's the cab, some splashers, some side parts of the chassis. I can never remember the names of any of these things. I think these little bits are just to top off the splashers. As far as I can work out, these two bits I have no idea, but I'll probably work out. Best thing to do is get a guide picture, a couple of pictures. I'll be using some pictures of somebody who's already done one of these kits. Onto the tender, which I'll be doing first out of this. It's the all the sides. Here's the top, which will also fold in that lot. Here's the actual chassis top of the frame. Here's the main part of the frame. Here's the sides, the underparts of the sides of the frame. I think this is some toolbox which just sits on top. I think that's also where the coal goes. These bits I have no idea. But again, I'll find out. I think these are all the brake pads, which are also on the locomotive part, but I don't think I'll be using them because I think they'll probably be a bit too fiddly. These things I have no idea what they are, and I don't think I can remove them because they aren't actually etched completely all the way through. And again, buffer beams there and the things between. So yeah, that's a brief overview of what this is. Like I said, here's all the bits and pieces from N Brass which will help complete this kit. This actually, I originally thought this was the O1 class, but it's actually just the O class. So this will be my first Southern Railway kit, not Southern Region kit, which I'll be doing. So it will be in Southern Black with hopefully green lining here, there and everywhere. The chassis which I'll be using is an old Lima kit with a Union Mills tender drive. I may have to do a little bit of altering here and there. Obviously I'll be ripping all this lot off and hopefully adding a bit more electrical conductivity through the wheels by using some spare contacts. So hopefully that will work. I have no idea if it will, but let's have a go. And yeah, I said I think I'll get round to doing this bit first, and hopefully I will not burn my fingers off. So I'll see you in a bit when I get round to doing my slideshow. So see you then. South Eastern Railway O-Class, some of which were later becoming the O1, was a class of 060 steam locomotive designed for freight work and were the main freight locomotives of the SER and later the SECR for a number of years. However, they were displaced by the more powerful C-class locomotives following the agglomeration of the SER and the LCDR in 1899. This relegated the class to working over numerous branch lines in Kent on both passenger and freight work. They worked most notably on the Kent and East Sussex Railway and East Kent Railway, operating coal trains from the Kent coalfields to London, as well as shunting work at such locations as Shepherd's Well, Hoo Junction and Ashford. The majority were drawn before the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939, and those which remained were certainly withdrawn from nationalisation onwards. The death knell for the final few members of the class came with the modernisation plan of 1955, which closed down many of the branch lines that they continued to serve in Kent, which included the branch lines to locations such as Hawkhurst, New Romney, Tenderden and the Kent coalfields. Those lines which remained open generally either lost their freight services or were dieselised. All members of the class had been withdrawn by 1962, and only one member of the class has survived scrapping. Well, here we are with the model all finished up, with a lovely black with green lining livery. Not too sure if it's any prototypical livery, because all the pictures of the O class were in black and white, so all I could see was the running number and the Southern logo were on the tender. The green lining, I have no idea. A couple of things about this this particular build is that it doesn't work at the moment. Apparently the wheels which I got, will have to mention that I did have to get new wheels because the Lima ones were too big. These ones, which are Pico 2251 class, the collect goods wheels, also slightly too big. I did have to get a different tender drive because the Union Mills one was too big, so there's actually a cut down Terrier chassis, so that's fitted in. That does run, but I do need to insulate the inside of the tender because at the moment it doesn't run, and also sorts out. But the problem with this is that the wheels lock up. Now, I know the issue to fix that. Either get smaller wheels and also adjust the coupling rods so that they are a bit more free rolling around the pins, or B, I 3D print a chassis, like basically strip out the metal one from underneath, 3D print a chassis, spray painted black obviously, and also well, slightly move the wheels further away from the body, and also modify the coupling rod so they're also freewheeling. So yeah, a bit disappointing that doesn't quite run, but I do hope that this video has helped people who do want to build this little locomotive. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Well, happy with the way it looks, and happy that it doesn't run, because I was hoping to get a rake of either some freight behind it or some coaches or something like that, but yes, unfortunately it doesn't quite do that yet. But I will eventually get around to fixing it. Not today, because I spent all this time building this, but not tomorrow either, because I have to do another video. But eventually I will get around to getting this built, well, finished, and eventually I will get around to doing the O1 class, which is what I originally wanted. But and also I'll get around to fitting this. Yeah, you can see it's just resting on there. But yes, it still looks nice, and I could still have it dotted on the layout somewhere, just sitting nicely while other stock goes around. But till then, well, till I fix it, that's all it can be. But yeah, so half happy. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this build video, and again, sorry that I haven't been able to get it to run, but I do know the problem. Obviously it's me. But anyway, I'll see everyone again next time. Bye bye now. Do a quick zoom off. There we go. Alright, see you later.